Most advice on explaining your impact is wrong. If you're already senior, you're not getting overlooked because you forgot to list your metrics, but you get overlooked because the story that your work tells does not match the seat that you're aiming for. At the senior and executive level, nobody is wondering if you work hard. Nobody is doubting that you can actually deliver. That's the baseline. The real question being asked behind closed doors is, do I trust her to make high weight decisions, especially when I'm not in the room? Which means impact is not proven through volume, but through your leadership lens, through how is it that you frame your decisions and how do you explain the stakes and how do you position your thinking. Most high performing women are taught to sound efficient but not authoritative. I streamlined the process, I rolled out the initiative, I presented the QBR. Those sound polished, but they also read very small because they are centered on tasks completed, not on your judgments made. And in executive roles, no one's advancing you for being efficient at execution, but they are watching how do you assess risk, how do you shape direction, how do you protect business flow. One client told me, I help increase employee engagement scores by 12% year over year. Great stat, safe delivery, but flat impact. We had to reframe that to, I led the decision to shift our performance management strategy after identifying a trust gap between the managers and staff. That move drove a 12% lift in engagement and repositioned HR as a driver of cultural alignment. Now the result isn't just a number, but it is a strategic signal. Mid-level framing reads like, I delivered the quarterly business review. Executive framing reads, I determined which metrics would anchor our QBR narrative to secure next year's funding. Executive framing reads, I rebalance vendor spend to de-risk supply chain exposure in APAC. One completes the task, the other steers the business. Please remember, in executive roles, they are not asking, can she do the job? They want to know, will she protect the business in the right ways? And if your language never reveals your judgment, you will automatically disappear into execution. So stop focusing on explaining what you did and start framing your work as proof of readiness for what's next. And that has nothing to do with your resume. That's positioning.